episode is sponsored by, we finally made it to February. Congratulations to you and to me. Um, it's the month of lovers,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the shortest month.
Yep.
So let's celebrate that.
Yeah.
That it won't last as long as whatever hellscape we were living in January. Is it not hell?
It's been a lot. A lot has happened in January. I'm exhausted.
An entire history book can be written about January 2025.
Yeah, and old history books can be burned because it doesn't matter anymore. Whatever's happened,
Nothing matters.
nothing matters.
Nothing really matters. Welcome to You, Me, and Chisme, your number one source for Chisme on the internet. Listen to the voice here in my heart. I don't know the words to any song. I want to make that very clear. I don't know the words. Don't write to me. Save your emails and your letters
But
for
you sure will
your,
sing it anyway.
save them for your mama because I don't want them. Okay? Talk
Okay.
to your mom about how much I don't know the words. I don't know the words to any song. I don't give a fuck. Okay?
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
Fuck is my favorite word. And I just want to
It's a
make
good
that very
word.
clear.
It's a good
Yeah,
word.
I don't know the words to any song, but I'm going to sing the song anyways because
That's
in my
okay.
heart, I have the music. Okay? And the music needs to come out of my heart, but it's not the right words. I don't care.
I don't think anyone was attacking you for that.
People yell it to me on the streets all the
In the
time.
streets.
Yeah. I
Wow.
walked down to Marshall's the other day and they were like, "You don't know the fucking words." I was like, "Kiss my pretty little hole." I'm just kidding. That's
Okay.
never happened, but
No,
I
no one thought it did, babe.
but I am notorious for not knowing the words to any song.
It's all
And
right.
listen, when I'm on my deathbed, no one's going to be asking me the words to any song.
It's not gonna matter.
But they are going to ask me, "Julie, how are you?" Julie. Welcome to You, Me, and Chisme, your number one source for Chisme on the internet. Not sure if I already said that because guess what? I don't remember anything. But Julie, how are you? Welcome.
You're coming on very funny today. I don't know what's going on over there, but I'm loving it.
I spent a lot of time in traffic and I was in the
Delirious.
office by myself today. I had to talk to no one.
Interesting.
It's
What?
because
Oh, why?
it's an off Friday.
Oh, I see.
But I don't get off Fridays, and most of my team doesn't have off Fridays. But
Oh.
always has to be somebody in the office on an off Friday, and typically I don't go in on Fridays. You know,
Mm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
there's a senior title in my name, if you know what I
Oh,
mean.
okay.
In my
Okay.
um, but every now and then you got to do it.
Right, right, of
Because I'm a
course.
team player. I
I
may
love
not
that.
know the words, but I'm a team player. Julie, tell us how you are, how you're doing, what's going on, what's the 411, what's the hot goss?
I'm I'm doing great. I'm doing really good. Life is good. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay,
Yes.
good. I'm
Yeah.
so happy to hear that. I
You sure?
I am. I'm really
Okay.
I'm really happy for you.
Thank you.
Okay, what was your rose and what was your thorn of the week? If we want to do that. You don't want to do that?
No, we can do that. My thorn was family drama that happened.
Mm.
We're going through it. If you're on YouTube, you're like, Julie, you look a mess. We're going through it, and you're gonna be okay with that.
Uh-huh.
And my rose, you know what my rose is? Okay, remember when we went to have dinner? I will live on this dinner for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
You know when we went to have dinner and I was talking to you about how I kind of felt like I just like wasn't a fun person anymore and
Uh-huh.
how I am kind of just like going through life and I'm not the version that I used to think I was very fun, personable, like people loved being around me. And lately I'm like, do people like being around me? You
Uh-huh.
know, like, do they, or do I just tell myself this? Like, I just don't feel fun.
Hmm.
I don't really know how to further explain that because I
Sure.
know that it goes deeper than that, but I don't really know how to put it into words. Sorry. Then, out of nowhere, the other day at work, we're talking about caffeine. And I was like, it was me and two girls. We're talking about caffeine, and I was like, yeah, I don't drink caffeine. I don't like it. It makes my tummy hurt. And then one of the girls was like, wait a minute, this is you without caffeine? And I said, okay, read. And then she's like, no, no, I just mean like it's like early in the morning, you're so charismatic and you're so funny and you're like on throughout the entire day. Like, how do you do that without caffeine? And I wanted to hug this person so tightly and be
Hmm.
like, you think I'm fun? Like,
Hmm.
I just felt like, okay, this version of myself that I thought I had lost is clearly what's being projected, but I'm so negative to myself that I don't see it, and I genuinely did not see it. I genuinely was like, dude, I'm horrible, like, and annoying, and people don't want to be around me, and I'm sad. It's like, oh, poor Julie losing all her friends and shit, like, fucking loser. Like, can't find anyone to go to shows with her anymore. Like, like I just had this
That's not
perception of
true.
myself. That's not true. That's not true. But you know what I mean? I just had this perception of like, aw, there's Julie. She used to have tons of friends. Now everyone fucking hates her. And like this idea of myself. And like when this coworker said that to me, there was like this like I don't know. I felt like a person before that comment and a person after that comment. And then today I went to go get my hair done and I was talking to my hairstylist about my crush and how, you know, there will be moments where I'll be like, oh, obviously, we're on the same page. And there will be moments where I'm like, he fucking hates me. He, he hates me. And then she's like, why would you even think that? You're like so fun to be around. There's more than enough reasons for someone to like you. And I was like, did Nicole call you to tell you that? I just felt so, I don't know. I just feel like I needed to hear it. And we were talking about manifestation and like what you put out to the world is what comes back to you. And I
Hmm.
genuinely do feel like that Monday after our talk, I legitimately walked into work like I am a happy person and I am accepting whatever comes to me. Like I'm going to accept the energy that is coming to me and I'm going to be positive because a lot of shit sucks, but a lot of shit doesn't, right? And I can't control the orange man, but I can control my circle. I can control what is going on around me. And I just genuinely feel like such a different person since that day that we talked. I feel like I see myself different. I mean, let's not get crazy. I still self-doubt. The crush is specifically, we go back and forth on a daily basis about that. But I do feel like, okay, I am fun. And I'm fun to be around. And I'm funny and I'm a good friend and I'm intentional and I'm a bad friend. And I'm rude sometimes and I'm careless and I can be selfish. But like I do have a lot of good qualities. And like people enjoy me as an existing part of the world. Like they
Absolutely.
enjoy me. And it really has like changed me since that day. I feel like a different person. It's so crazy.
Since 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I really
Wow.
do. I feel like a complete
Julie,
different person.
that is so sweet. I wish I could remember what I said. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I do remember. I do. I remember our conversation very well.
Yeah.
Um, that is so sweet. I mean, listen, if you want the same treatment, take me out to lunch.
Yeah,
I do four
exactly.
I do 4-star restaurants and above, nothing below. And I don't pick up the tab, okay? But I'll get
No.
myself there. Just but if it's
Figure
valet,
out
you
the
gotta pay
rest.
for the valet. You have to
I
pay for the
mean,
valet. I'm just saying. If you want me to tell you,
how to fix your
um,
life.
Julie, I don't think that you're boring or fun. You didn't say boring, but I had this conversation with my therapist
Yes.
a long
Yeah,
time
yeah.
ago about I don't think I'm fun, and then I realized, wait, I think I'm just bored, and then A whole bunch of things happen. Um, I mean, if I may I?
Please. Of course.
I mean, the friendships that you most recently lost weren't
Mm-hmm.
serving you in any type of.
Right.
So I'm not sure that that is the marker
Mm-hmm.
or what you should judge yourself on.
Right.
Because I mean, no, I'm not going to get into it. Let me not. I don't want to say something. I don't want to say anything rude. Um, but that's okay. I guess I have a question for you. What does fun mean to you? What is it that you think you're supposed to be?
I just feel like, you know what I think I correlated to is happiness. If I'm exerting happiness into the world, and I think that I felt like I wasn't. Well, for a long time I was unhappy, so I just felt like, well, there's no way that people are vibing with me. I don't even vibe with myself.
Hmm.
So I think, well, that thought started there, right? When I was very isolated and I was starting to go outside and like starting to meet up with friends and stuff, and I'm like, I don't feel like I'm a good time. I feel
Mm.
like people are like, yeah, I guess I'll hang out with you because you don't have fucking anyone else to go with you to this stuff. Like, I guess I'll do it. And I kind of just felt, and I don't want to say those words because I know like Angie really went a lot of places with me, and I don't want her to feel like that was appreciated. And I'm not thinking like, oh, Angie doesn't want to be here with me, but it was like I'm not being fun for Angie. Like she's doing this for me and she's not having a good time. And it's not just her, it's just like everyone that I was around. I'm like, I'm not providing joy for them. Like I'm having a good time because they're with me, but are they having a good time because I'm with them?
Well, I'm gonna bring Angie on to rate you as a friend. Angie, turn on your camera, please. I'm just kidding. That would be funny.
That would be funny. That would be
No, Julie, I've gotten to know Angie,
funny. Uh-huh.
and Angie strikes me as the kind of person that is not going to hang out with you if she doesn't want to.
I agree. I agree. It's my brain. I'm
It
aware of
is your
it.
brain. It is your
Yeah.
brain. It is your
Yeah.
brain, and you have the power to.
Yes.
You've tricked your brain into thinking
Yeah.
these things. You have the power to trick your brain to not think these things.
Right. You know where I think I'm really gonna get vulnerable here. You know where I think it all stems from,
Where?
if we're being completely honest.
Of course.
In junior high.
Yeah, tell
But
us.
wait when I tell you what happened.
Yeah,
In
tell
junior
us.
high, the very first boy that I had a crush on,
Mhm.
the very first, not Lance Bass, the very first boy in my school that I had a crush on after Lance Bass didn't answer my fan mail, I wrote a note in class and I told him that I had a crush on him.
Mm.
He sent me the note back and he said, and he said, I don't because you're ugly.
Oh my God. And how, oh, wait, you said what grade was this?
Middle school.
In middle school.
I genuinely, genuinely think, no hate to that kid, right? He was a child. I genuinely think that all of my insecurities stem from that moment inadvertently, right? Like I don't think back about that kid consistently, but I think that moment taught me to not be vulnerable with people easily and to not like if I have a crush, you're gonna die with that crush. You're not gonna say anything. I've never admitted to anybody that I had a crush on them. Like ever, ever, ever. After that,
Oh,
after that. I've
well,
never gone up to someone to be like, "Hey, I have a crush on you. We should try this out." That's never been a thing that I have done.
well, today's your lucky day because Juan de la Rosa is here. Juan, can you turn on your camera? And you're gonna tell him how ugly he is. I
Isn't
don't.
that crazy?
Apologies to anyone who may be Juan de la Rosa. Um, well,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Let's think about that girl in middle school,
Yeah.
and let's think about how where she would be.
Okay.
If she would have taken that courage and that strength to tell somebody that they had a that you had a crush on them
Mm-hmm.
and hadn't been so defeated by what he said. That
Right.
person, that girl exists in you.
Mm,
Courageous and strong, wears your heart on your sleeve, unafraid, unabashedly vulnerable
hmm
and ready to tell the world their feelings.
hmm
You need to go talk to her and you need to tell her to
Okay.
come back.
Okay. We're
Because
gonna call that Plan B.
okay, well, I'm just saying she lives in you.
Yeah.
She is you, but you've
Yeah.
created all of these roadblocks and all of these walls to prevent her from meeting you at where you're at.
Right.
Turn around.
There goes
Turn,
behind me.
turn around. Look at that little doll back there.
I know.
I mean, I couldn't even imagine, you
Yeah.
know, how heartbreaking that must have been in middle school. I like,
Yeah.
and you know
Yeah, that was
what?
wild.
I'm sure that Juan is probably, you know, some kind of I can't say. I don't want to be mean. My God. Ugh, but he's
He's
some kind of
fine.
deadbeat somewhere. He's like,
He's not.
Oh,
He's fine.
you
Yeah,
you
he
keep in
added me
touch
on
with him?
Facebook years ago. I mean, we
Oh
don't
my
talk, but like
God.
he added me on Facebook years ago. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's fine, right? Like, well, he was also a kid, so whatever the fuck,
Of
right?
course. But that stays with you.
I
I
know, but
mean,
kids
you
don't know
brought it
that.
up.
No, I agree that it
Yeah.
does stay in like, well, for one, the parenting, right? Let's discuss.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to teach your children to like be kind to other people, regardless of anything else. But I know that that was very brave of that version of me to do. I don't I don't know how much money I'll have to spend on therapy to get back to that human being. I fear we've gone too far off the grid of that to come back to it.
No.
But I'm trying to live with a little bit more confidence. And it is hard because it's really ingrained in me. Like I have not realized it more than I have in these last 3 weeks, where I'm like, you are so mean to yourself, but you don't need to be. Like, fuck what everyone else is doing to you. Like, the things you're doing to yourself is unnecessary. Um, so I am trying to, like, when I get a little too, right, the crush is the thing that's happening right now, right? So if I get too, like, obviously he doesn't like you, you're disgusting. It's like, stop. Give me 4 reasons why this actually could happen and the signs that this could be happening, right? Because I'm not completely delusional. There are things that are happening between me and another human being that could mean something. So I'm trying to like chill out those thoughts. It's just, I mean, when you've lived for 35 years with them, it's very hard to
I
like
know.
get rid of them.
I know. I
Yeah.
know. I know. I just, you know,
Yeah. I sure do.
I see somebody who is so beautiful and funny and caring and loving and smart and just everything good. It's true.
Thank
And
you.
I need you to see that.
Yeah, I'm really trying.
I need you to see it. I need you
Yeah.
to join us over here on the other side of the screen,
Yeah.
okay? Because
Yeah.
we can't waste time.
Right.
We can't waste time. We've
Right.
wasted enough time.
So much.
We've wasted enough time.
Yeah. I agree. You are 100% correct. And these are all things that I'm like remembering every day. I wake up and I'm like, be fucking normal.
Well,
Be chill.
I just want you to know, I think that you're doing it. It may not feel like it, but I
Hmm
think that you are, and I can see a difference in you. And it may not be one big step at a time, but
Right.
you're doing it. You are really doing it. And so I just don't want you to get off track
Yeah.
and stop doing what you're doing
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
happening. We are in the midst of it. We're in the
Maybe.
midst of
Yeah.
it.
You know, we are. We are. Yeah. Yeah.
Call that little Julie. Call that little Julie. Tell her to
Yeah.
pick up the phone.
How are you doing, Adrian?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay. Live, laugh, loving, living, laughing, loving, eat,
Okay.
praying, love. Julia Roberts sing.
Praying.
I don't pray.
I
Oh.
knew that. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that.
I only get on my knees for one reason.
Honestly, same.
I don't know
Same.
who I don't know who listens to this, but I would be so uncomfortable and disgusted with myself if I saw myself in public. My God.
I, I wouldn't. What the fuck? We saw when I
Last time you saw me, I saw you throw up in your napkin.
listen. Not a thing that happened, first of all. Second of all, I consistently crack up when I re-listen to our episodes. I'm like, who are these two? They're hilarious.
I
Like,
know.
I'm
I
just
think
having a
we're
good
pretty funny
time.
too. I
I
think we're
think
pretty
we're
funny.
so funny. The other day, I was listening to us in our headphones, and I was laughing so loud in the office, and I didn't even realize because I was like vibing, and I'm like, oh my God, we're so funny. And then someone came up and they're like, you okay? And I couldn't tell them I'm listening to myself. I was like, yeah, just this random podcast. But they're like, which one? I'm like, I don't even know. Get away from me. Like, get away
sometimes
from me.
sometimes I wonder I'm like, are we too delusional? Because I'm like, I listen to it too and I'm like, this is really funny. And I'm just like, are we are we
No, we're not.
delusional?
No, no.
Sometimes natural born talent is really naturally born.
I mean, or with a little sprinkle of trauma.
Well,
And now we're funny.
a lot of it. Well, you more than me. I just want to
No, for sure. For
just
the fuck sure.
I just don't want to lie to everybody. You more than me. That's
I
for
really
sure.
appreciate you clarifying that. I'm sure our listeners didn't just get that from our conversations.
Well, I mean, in middle school, do you remember when some girl came up to me and she's like, "Why is his hair like that?" And you know what?
Dude, yeah.
That just made me stronger because because you know.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And your hair has looked flawless ever since then. Okay?
Thank you.
100%. And where's
Thank
that bitch
you.
now?
She's probably yeah.
You were gonna say something so
It's
mean.
so mean, and then it's just not appropriate. It's just not appropriate.
Honestly, middle school, take it away. We don't need
Yeah,
it.
and let me say, I just want to say, if you're a long time listener, it was worse than when I said she has a dry ass pussy. Okay, because that's what I initially said, and I'm not. I still will say that. The thing I was gonna say was dark and mean, and I'm not gonna say it.
But probably true.
No, don't say that.
But probably true.
Um, I'm gonna use my time here just to say something. I'm gonna bring the mood down, and I'm
Ooh, here.
so sorry.
Here we go.
I'm so sorry, but it just is one thing after another here, and it just is like you wake up every day and you go to work and you live your regular life, and like people are dying, and how homes are burning down and wars are raging, and you
Planes
know
falling from the sky.
planes are falling, and I'm gonna bring this up because I feel like everyone's gonna hear about it and whatnot. But like I was just reading that there's that plane that fell that went down in Philadelphia, and it was what
Hmm.
they call an angel flight. And I'm not entirely sure what an angel flight is, but my initial instinct is that it has to do with like a kid who or somebody who is sick. And I read that it was this young girl from Mexico who had come um, to Philadelphia to get treatment for some illness that she has or something, and the way that that plane went down is so
Ugh,
incredibly. I don't know if anybody's seen the footage, but it is so incredibly scary and devastating and horrific.
yeah,
And you know, nobody, I mean, it just is so, so sad. There's so many bad things happening to good people. And that's
yeah,
always been the case. Always been the case.
right.
But now more than ever, it just feels very heightened and it feels very scary and it feels like the walls are closing in.
Yeah,
But, you know, we have to hold on to some resemblance of hope into each other and like this too shall pass. So believe it that this too shall pass. I don't know what the
yeah,
world is going to look like, but it has to get better. It has to.
yeah,
And the suffering and evil in the world has to come to an end because, like, what the fuck are we doing? You know,
yeah.
what the
Hmm.
fuck are we doing? Um, and just a reminder that really, like, we don't know anything
No, we don't know anything.
and we should all live our lives to the fullest at every opportunity that we can. And we should
Yeah,
tell everybody that we love them
100%.
because it just is so scary. It is so scary.
The world is very scary right now.
Yeah, it's very scary. And so, if we can provide any type of joy to you all for an hour and 30 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever it may be, then we'll continue to do that for our small little community that we have here.
Totally. I agree. I think don't feel bad about I think everything is really shitty and you open your phone and you look through the news cycle and it's just like one thing after another. And there's so much need for empathy, right? And empathy unfortunately can be a little bit draining for people. And I just feel like don't feel bad about searching for joy during this time as well. And whatever thing brings you joy, walk towards that for an hour a day so that everything doesn't feel as overwhelming because everything is very overwhelming.
Joy is resistance. It really
Yes, I
is. I
agree.
think so.
Hmm.
Anyways, I just need to get that off my chest because this always feels like a
Yeah,
great um, therapy session.
agreed.
Anyways, I'm okay, living life.
I love that.
I rearranged my room a little bit. I'm trying to get
I
a couch. I'm
noticed.
trying to get a couch. I went to IKEA the other day and I saw a couch that I'm gonna buy. Um, and then I was like, okay, let me get it. And I'm like, okay, give me your give me your credit card thing. And they're like, we'll let you know in 6 to 10 days or 10 to 12 days. And then they're like, but we'll mail it to you. And I'm like, oh my God.
Okay.
And I'm convinced it's because I had to start the form over again because my fat
Mm-hmm.
fingers hit the wrong button and it took me somewhere where I couldn't get to.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, anyways, I haven't bought the couch, but I need to buy the couch because I need to sit
Yeah.
somewhere other than my bed. Anyways,
I'm so sorry you're going through that.
it's okay.
All right. Your room looks great though.
You can't really tell much,
Well,
Like, first of
when
all,
you weren't in the
this plant
frame, I
is
saw it.
this plant is dead. Okay.
Oh no. It
I
was
don't know what to do
thriving in
with
your
it
other
anymore. I
apartment.
know. And then in the move, I dropped it and then it like
Well,
became undone. And then I don't want to go buy a whole bag of, I think I'm going to throw it away, honestly, because also
what? Repot it.
it's so big. I don't know what to do with it.
All
Anyways,
right.
but whatever, whatever. Happy Lunar New Year. It is the year of the snake. Did you know that, Julie?
I did know that.
Did you know that I'm a snake?
Well.
Are you a snake? What year were you born?
89.
You're a snake. This is our year. This is
Okay.
our year.
This is
Okay.
making sense. It's making sense.
This is our year. I'm gonna just do a quick search here. Okay. Year. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna do snake. Um. Um. I don't know how to speak. I wish we had a producer that could look things up for us. Okay, you tell me if this is true of you.
Okay.
Personality traits of the Chinese zodiac for the snake.
Mm-hmm.
Intelligent? Please, absolutely.
Oh,
Uh,
uh-huh.
intuitive. They have strong senses of others' feelings.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
God. Wow.
Yes. Yes.
Mysterious. They are private and don't share much about themselves. Well, that they've skipped over you.
I did not get that trait.
Tenacious. They're determined and work hard to achieve their goals. I'm a
Yeah.
little lazy.
Yeah. Depends on the goal.
Good
Depends on the goal.
speakers. They're great at communicating and forming deep relationships. I would say that we speak. No, don't. Yes, I would say that we
Yes.
speak very well. Okay.
Okay.
No
Okay.
matter what anybody
I'll
thinks.
believe you.
Yeah. And deep thinkers. They're often thoughtful and perceptive.
Yes, I agree with
Yeah.
that one.
Okay. Other characteristics. They're also known as little dragons because they share the mysterious qualities of dragons.
Oh
They
my
are said to be
God.
They are said to be good at creating opportunities for themselves and others. They are said to be good at understanding and caring about others. And they are said to be materialistic and love nice things.
I love that. And
Remember
that's
when you
accurate.
made your dad and your brother buy you a Switch? When's the last
And
time you
I
used it?
do it again. Is that the point?
Uh huh. Okay. I was just curious.
Okay, well, rude.
Just curious. The year of the snake occurs every 12 years.
Wow.
So the last time we were in the year of the snake was 2013. Can you go back and remember what was going on in 2013?
2013. I think I was diagnosed with clinical depression.
Okay. Okay.
And I went to therapy for the first time.
But probably was good for you.
No, it was. It
Yeah.
was.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You know the manager. Did I ever tell you that about the manager that got me a engraved hydro flask for my birthday last year?
No,
Okay.
that's nice.
There's this very sweet older gentleman at work, very nice. His name, well, I'm not gonna say his name. He, for my birthday, we knew each other for like through 2 months, 3 months. Got me a hydro flask engraved but with my name for my birthday, and I was like, oh my God, that's so nice. And then for Lunar New Year, he brought me a red envelope with a $2 bill and an origami frog that hops. And he said he was like, Julie, I only do one of these a year and I want to bring this to you. And I hope that it brings you luck. And then he made me cry.
Is he gay?
No, he's
Oh,
married. He has children and stuff.
oh, that's so sweet.
It was so nice. He's like, I only do this. And then he told me like a couple of people that he had done this for. And he's like, and now they're a director here. And now they're, they run one of the Hiltons in this place. And now they do. He's like, so I really put a lot of intention when I make these. And I hope that it brings you good luck.
That is so incredibly kind.
I know.
There
That's why
are
I cried.
there are good people out in the
There
world.
are.
We
Yes,
have
there
to
are.
remember that. We have
I
to remember
agree.
that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. In 2013, I was working at UC Riverside, and I was
Oh,
and I think that was in that when I can't remember the exact timeline, but I think that's the year that I became the advisor for the programming board, which allowed me to get this job that I have now, which allowed me to
wow.
meet Beyonce. So I'm gonna
Oh,
take it.
so a fucking win.
I'll take it.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, listen. I hope that this year brings us nothing but good fortune.
Mm.
You deserve it.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks. I think, at the end of the year, we'll really be talking about how much our lives have changed. I just can't help but think that.
We'll see. Maybe. Yeah.
I really can't help but think that. I feel it in my bones.
Okay, Jaime, write this down.
Oh my gosh. Do we have do we have fan mail, Julie?
Okay, let me do it.
Because
Guys,
last week,
okay, okay, okay. Oh, so we're doing this. Okay. Last week, yes. Okay, but also, who taught you to go by whatever the fuck I'm saying? That's on you. Let me tell you something. That's on you. You could have gone and figured it out on your own, and you didn't. So
hmm, interesting.
we do not have fan mail. Last week, Adrian famously asked me if we had fan mail because I'm usually on there because I post our reels, and I said no, we don't. And D, I am so sorry. D, I didn't even open the app. I just said no. I just went with my heart, and my heart was wrong.
Listen to your heart, except when it's wrong. Okay. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
We have fan mail.
I miss that. I miss that so much.
Okay, we have some hot fan mail coming in right now. Here we go. It's from D.
Adrian, Julie, it's your number one fan, D. Um, and I just wanted to say again, thank you both so much for helping me out in my time of need. I am back home with the only two family members that I have. Um, and I got a job and I have a home over my head, I have a roof over my head. Like I'm finally doing well. I ended up getting a job where I could live and work at the Grand Canyon. I was working at a hotel there, and the Grand Canyon is beautiful, but the people aren't. It was pretty miserable there. It was a miserable job, way too much work for way too little money, and the people were
Mm.
horrible. And it was a pretty miserable 9 months that I was there, but way more miserable for my mom and my little brother who bounced around from shelter to shelter, sometimes slept in their car and
Mm.
showered at the Y, like just it was a really rough year this past year, but we somehow managed to make it through it and found a home and are rebuilding our lives. So thank you again for your love and your support and your kindness. Shout out to my mortal enemy, Jaime, for giving me a shout out. I thought we were enemies, but he was being nice to me, so I don't know what his game is because he said he was your number one fan, but obviously I am, whatever. I've been catching up on the pod and in the you, me, and we listen and we don't judge or whatever that title episode was, where Jaime gave me that shout out. You guys shared your Spotify playlist, and I would like to share that my Spotify my Spotify Wrapped. I listened to over 56,000 minutes of music, not because I leave my music on, but just because I listen to that much music. And my Spotify Wrapped number one artist was Kelly Clarkson. I listened to her music for over 10,000 minutes. I have a
Wow.
slight obsession. Speaking of Kelly Clarkson, let me get to my question. So Kelly just recently announced that she's starting her own record label because she was with Atlantic, but Atlantic had massive layoffs, and her executive that she worked with was Julie Greenwald, and Julie Greenwald was let go. And so I guess she left Atlantic, or maybe Atlantic dropped her. I don't know what the story is, but I know that she's just recently started her own music label, which she announced in her interview that she did with Keke Palmer, which if you haven't watched it, God, you have to watch that episode. It's so good. And
Wow.
I was wondering what it is that you two would like to see from her, like having her own label, putting out her own music, being like 100% in control of her music career, because she's the last past, since like 2017, I would say, since 2018, maybe about her music career obviously hasn't been a priority like at all.
Mm-hmm.
And aside from, no Christmas music, Julie, I know you don't want any Christmas music. What do you guys want to see from her going forward? For me, I'm dying to hear a straight up R&B album. I know Meaning of Life is pretty close to R&B
Mm-hmm.
album, but it's not an R&B album. It's like an R&B pop fusion album. I'm talking straight up R&B because she just has the soul in her voice for it. I also would like to see her do a music video. She did no music videos for Chemistry, which I
Mm-hmm.
thought was really dumb. and she said she's putting together a music video. I don't know what. Me personally, I want to see her shake some ass. I mean, she's got a lot less to shake because she lost all that weight for reasons I don't understand. You know, I like my girls bigger. You know, she was looking good, but I mean, she still looks good. I just want to see her shake some ass. I doubt it. I doubt she does anything sexy because she has such a wholesome public image. But we'll see. So, what do you two want to see from Kelly Clarkson during this new venture that she's on? I adore you guys. I adore this pod, and I've had so much fun catching up. And Jaime, if you want to fight, we can fight. Love you.
Thank you, Dee.
Dee, you're so wonderful. Honestly, I didn't even tell you what happened. I told you part of it. You don't even know the rest of it. Dee tried as hard as she could to send us back the money that we donated, gifted it to her. She sent it back. Turns out on Cash App, if you don't take the money, it sends it right back to the sender. And I said, you thought you were going to give it back, but that was a gift from us to you. I'm glad you're back in your feet, but no need to return. She has threatened with sending it back again for our birthdays. And I said, and I'm gonna let it sit there. I don't know what kind of sick game you're trying to play with me, but if we're going to get petty, I'll win every single time.
Yes,
But
she will.
I appreciate the gesture. We both appreciate the gesture. It is yours to do whatever you want. Pay it forward if you'd like. But it was a gift from us to you, and we're so happy to hear that you are back somewhere safe and happy and with your family.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We do not send it back, Dee,
Do not send the
or
money
we
back.
will never play another fan mail from you ever again. And trust me, I keep my promises.
Dude, like, oh, so are you gonna play? So, which fan
We
mail
won't
are you
play
gonna
any. We won't play any. That's what we'll do.
play? Uh,
Thank you, Dee. We're so happy to hear that you're doing well.
yes,
And we hope that this year also brings you nothing but success.
yes, yes.
You deserve it. And I hope your family, your mom and your brother are also doing well.
I agree.
Don't let them listen to this podcast because it is
No,
inappropriate.
it's inappropriate. It's bad.
Inappropriate. Okay. Well, great question.
Kelly. I didn't know she had started her own music label.
You didn't watch that interview, did you?
I did not. I didn't watch the whole thing. I saw a clip of, okay, rude. Um, you know what I think?
What?
We're gonna get even more Christmas music. Oh my God. She loves to do it, and now she has full control over
It
it.
makes her rich. Let her do it.
Oh my
I
God.
would also like to see her do a real R&B album.
Yeah.
Like full on belt it, you know?
Yes. I would love to see a pop rock album.
Mm.
I want her to go back to like that gritty voice and like anger. I thought that's what her last album was gonna be like. Your husband turned out to be trash. I thought we were gonna get anger and rock and loudness and it was all processing. So I'm hoping this next one will get some anger in it. I mean she's insanely talented. So whatever she gives us, and if I could just put in a request, Kelly, if you're listening, and we know you're a fan, um, Kelly Clarkson, I would love for you to release another covers out EP, but and I know this was a while back, and you kind of just like go by the last couple of months and you put one together. I would love you to go back to a couple years ago when you did "Falling" by Harry Styles. I would like that version. I know I've been talking about this for a while, and and you still haven't done it, so. I will talk about it until it happens. So if you could put that on a Spotify, you don't even have to put it on EP. Just drop it on Spotify for me. That would be great because I don't understand what you want me to open YouTube, play it on YouTube for 500 times over, and then go back on Spotify. You could just put it on Spotify for me. And that's what, 3 cents to you? You're welcome. I would love that version. Have you heard her version of Falling?
I have, yes.
It is it is gorgeous. And
Yeah.
I want it in Spotify. I just want it on Spotify.
Yeah.
So Kelly, I know you're listening because you're a fan. If we could get that, that'd be great. But honestly, anything that comes out of that woman, I'll be listening, except for Christmas music.
Yeah. I want her to get in her full-on Tina Marie bag. Like white
Yeah.
lady of soul and R&B.
Yeah.
I want her to make me cry.
Remember when I cried when she was on stage for 3 seconds?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's not really.
No, she hadn't even opened her mouth. She just walked up to the mic and I said, well, cue the tears. There
Yeah.
she is. There's
Yeah.
my girl.
And we couldn't have our phones with us,
No,
so
so
I couldn't record you. Okay, well that's gonna do it for the fan mail. You know what? Let me just double check. Not that I don't believe
okay,
you.
before you even said anything, I already checked. We don't
Oh, you
have.
did.
Yeah, I did. I did. I didn't want to make the same mistake twice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But was it a solo mistake? Because does Adrian not have enough information about me to know that he should not trust almost anything that comes out of my mouth, to be honest? And yet he just listened to me and was like, all right, that makes sense. That feels like it's a both of us problem,
I
you
would
know?
trust you with my life.
I don't think you should though. We should look into that.
Okay. Okay.
Let's
Okay.
rethink that.
Okay. 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 You said it, so I will listen. Okay. Well, we've done fan mail, so
We
that
did
only
it.
means one thing. It's time for the pop culture pop up. First up on the pop culture pop up, Karla Sofia Gascon, aka Amelia Perez. Does she play Amelia Perez in the movie? Yes. She's nominated for the Oscar.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, yeah. Not for
And
long, maybe.
this is the worst Oscar campaign I have ever seen.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Tell us, Julie, what has happened?
She's losing that Oscar right in front of our very eyes, and I cannot be more ecstatic. Here's how it started. Honestly, I went into this as soon as the nominations came out and I saw them breaking records. I said, "Oh, they're taking it all. Fuck them. They're taking it all." And so then she goes and does this interview. Now, obviously, right, all the nominees are like doing press like crazy. She goes and does this interview with Brazilian press. Mistake number one. Okay.
Mm,
Then because they get like they're like, oh, you're gonna say something bad? Brazilian fans are wild. Okay.
hmm
So she goes and does Brazilian press and she's talking about the other nominees, and then Fernanda Torres gets brought up because she is Brazilian. And she says that she hasn't had a chance to watch her project. She's certain that she's amazing in it. I've been so busy, I just haven't had time to watch anybody else's movies. You're not that busy. Okay.
hmm
And then then she continues and says, I respect what she does. I'm paraphrasing here, by the way. This is not a quote. And if you think it is, that's on you. Okay. So she says something like, I respect her work. I respect what she does. It's just unfortunate that people in her team are disparaging my work and the work of my movie, and that they're talking, I mean, essentially, they're trying to bring down my campaign and da da da. Oscar official rules state that you cannot go on a press tour and disparage other films, like what what's her name? Carla?
Carla.
What Carla is doing. That is against the rules. So already, knock for her. And then that's it. Then Brazilian fans said, let me see what the fuck's going on in this bitch's past. And they found every single tweet talking shit on Oscars, on the fact that they're diverse. She said it looked like an Afro-Korean festival. And okay, side note, that would kind of slap. An Afro-Korean
She was
festival?
talking about the 2021 Oscars.
Yes.
When yes, what was what the name
I
of that
forget
movie?
her name. I forget.
No, no, no. They made a movie,
Parasite?
Parasite. Yes, Parasite
Yes.
was nominated.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then she talked shit on Miley Cyrus, on Adele, on Muslims, on Asians. on Black people, on Latinos. You name it, she's got hate for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for you. And the best part, Selena Gomez.
I saw that. Yeah.
She's not winning shit, man. She's not going the motherfucking Oscar. My jaw will be on the floor if she even shows up to the ceremony. Because after this, I want us to remember this woman transitioned late in life. So before she was transitioned, she was a white conservative male human being. That's what she identified at some point. And then she became a white conservative woman. But the rhetoric, the thoughts, the racism is still so deep rooted within her. Then she comes out with a half bullshit apology. And I love that she's like, I am a trans woman. Now all of a sudden, I'm a trans woman. Why would obviously I feel horrible about the things that I've said. It was a shit apology. Then I don't know if you saw that Zoe Saldana was asked about this. And Zoe's answer also, I hope she also loses that Oscar. Her answer is just like, I don't condone it. I don't support it. I can only go off of my experience with the person, and I had a positive experience with Karla, essentially. But I don't condone it, and obviously I would never, and I don't stand for that, and blah 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 blah. I hope every single person involved in this movie loses every single Oscar that they're nominated for.
Yeah. I mean, it's in, well, listen,
Tell me.
beware of those in sheep's clothing because, like, even those you may think are part of the good people, they're not, you know. I mean, hello, Caitlyn Jenner. I mean, this is just another Caitlyn Jenner. Like, and now
She is
that's,
literally a
you want to talk
Caitlyn
about a
Jenner.
stupid bitch? Caitlyn Jenner is a stupid bitch. Okay. Also, and let's not forget that she killed people on PCH. Okay. I'm just,
Speak on it.
anyways, um,
No Oscars
lady,
for you, Glen Coco.
a lady.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if she also shows up to the
Yeah.
ceremony. I don't, I mean, I don't know. It's it's this whole thing is weird. Where the fuck did this movie come from? How did it get made? And why is it nominated?
Yeah, I'm curious to see where they go from here, right? I mean, I'm very curious to see if Selena Gomez is going to drop a comment. I'm on the edge of my seat, refreshing that Instagram page like nobody's business because she has a literal tweet about Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
So I would be very surprised if we see them together again. Um, I'd be very surprised if I see Karla with any of the cast. I wouldn't be surprised if I see her with the director because I guarantee you that they're cut from the same cloth. The director is the same kind of idiot.
Yeah, let me read you this tweet from Variety that's talking about the journalist that uncovered her tweets. The journalist is Sarah Hagi, I believe is how you pronounce the last name. Sarah Hagi, the journalist that uncovered Karla Sofia Gascon's offensive posting history, explains why she wanted the Emilia Perez star's tweets to gain traction. Sarah said, when someone in a historic position representing a film built on so called progressive values has a history of racist and bigoted tweets, it exposes the hypocrisy of it all. This isn't about meaningful representation, it's just marketing. And that marketing falls apart when the person at the center of it is a racist bigot. So, you know,
Yes.
here's Hollywood trying to throw down a trans story down our throats that is inauthentic, not good, and is done starring somebody who is not for the people.
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll ever hear of Karla Sofia Gascon again
Fingers crossed.
until she shows up at the White House.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Next up on the Pop Culture
Thank
Pop Up,
you.
Scream 7. I feel like I told somebody the other day that they were making Scream 7 and they were like, "What? No, it's not on 7." It is.
It is.
Anyways, they're bringing back they're bringing back the old stars. What's that lizard man name? What's his name?
Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard is coming back, and he,
Yes,
spoiler
he
alert,
is.
he was the killer in the original one, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And Julie told me that they're bringing back all the old killers.
That's what it seems like. Scott Foley is also coming back. He was also one of the killers in one of the films. We know Nev is coming back. We know that they're hurting, right? Like they're trying to build up excitement of this film because there's been so many people saying that they're going to boycott it because of what they did to Melissa Barrera. And I hope that anyone who was a fan of this movie sees right through this little scheme, right? And how idiotic. I mean, I get why they're doing it, but the whole point of these movies is to be shocked about the killers. And they're like, here's another one. Will this make you buy a ticket? What about this one? Um, and it's just a huge shame that nobody else in that film had a backbone, except for two women that already struggle, right? Jenna Ortega is one of the high, right? But she's a Latina, and she's young, and she was just getting her. She's making movies about dead unicorns now. Okay, so like, what are we doing? She was on her way to be superstardom, and now she's making movies about unicorns. And I just feel like that is unfortunate. Melissa Barrera continues to get work, right? But it's unfortunate that both of them had rising stars. And because they chose to be on the right side of history and to speak up about people that were getting murdered right in front of our eyes, and they decided to stand on business and did not accept a shit apology from a production company and decided not to come back to a franchise that had treated them the way that it did. Now the franchise is like, well, what can we do to get some excitement back because no one wants to watch our fucking movies anymore. And so they hired a bunch of spineless people that are willing to take the money for this film. Um, so I hope when the movie does come out, we all remember this. I will not be watching it whatsoever. And I don't think anyone should. And I don't think it's going to be good. They're grasping at straws to get a good, like, juicy storyline. And it's not going to work because they're just trying to shock you. They're trying to surprise you. They're bringing all the old killers back just to shock everybody. And that's fucking boring.
Yeah, yeah, Melissa was talking about the very clear and apparent genocide of the Palestinian people, and like, and then they fired her.
Yep.
I mean, um ugh, it's really
Yeah.
nasty. It's really, really nasty. I haven't seen Scream since, I don't know, Scream 1,
Mm.
and I won't be
I've seen all
watching.
of them.
You know what I will be watching? Scary
Hmm.
Movie when that comes out. Okay.
And if they're smart,
Yeah, they should bring Melissa onto the movie.
yeah,
They
yeah,
absolutely
that would be
should.
iconic.
They absolutely should. Because Melissa did nothing but state facts.
Absolutely.
So fuck Scream.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, are they even scary? Like, what do people get out of these movies? You know?
No, they were for a second. They're very, very clever though. They were fun, clever, scary movies. They are iconic in a franchise kind of way. I do really enjoy, I have enjoyed several of them. Um, but I mean, it doesn't matter anymore. So it just doesn't, right? Like when something's wrong, I can love it one minute and absolutely despise it the next. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next up on the pop culture pop up, Rihanna was in court to support her husband. Are they married?
I don't think they're married.
To support her partner,
Hmm.
ASAP Rocky, in a trial. I don't know what he did. What did he
I
do?
don't know what he did either.
There was something about a gun,
Yeah, it could be bad though. If he's guilty, he's going away for a minute, a hot minute.
but they didn't. There was no verdict, right?
Not yet. I
But
think
she
we're
did
just in
show up.
the. She showed up to the courtroom during the trial. I think she was sitting with his family,
Mm.
standing on business, I guess.
Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Rihanna. I
Yeah.
mean, I get it. Listen, I think he's hot, but like,
I
Rihanna.
al- I also think he, don't quote me. I don't know anything, but I want to say that he this happened before. This happened a while ago,
Got
and
it.
it's just coming around. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on
Okay.
that. Don't you dare quote me on that.
We're not.
Okay. But I mean, it sucks either way because they genuinely do look and love. But I mean, you fuck around and you find out. I'm so sorry, ASAP. The law's the law, I guess.
The
For some.
law is the law. What are we? What? It's 2025. Why do we
Oh,
have guns?
okay. Oh, I'm like, okay. Why do we have guns?
Well, I mean, I know why
How
we have
else are white people
guns.
supposed to? What?
I know why we have guns.
Right,
Um,
right.
Let me see here really quick. I did see a video of her leaving court. I will say
So
she
did I,
looked
yeah.
fabulous.
Of course, she does every single time.
Um, he is accused in a 2021 shooting. In a stretch of questioning crucial to the defense of ASAP Rocky, his lawyer on Friday challenged the account of his accuser, who said he suffered a hand injury when the hip hop performer fired a gun at him in 2021. This is from the Associated Press. Um, ASAP Rocky, and Rihanna do share two children. She
Three,
wa
no?
No, two.
Oh, okay.
She watched from the audience as the man who goes by ASAP Relly, a former friend of Rocky, underwent a second day of cross examination at the Los Angeles trial that left him visibly frustrated and at times angry.
Mm,
Wow. Um, let's see here. Is there anything else interesting? She left in the SUV. She said, "I'm good, thank you." Well, all the Fenty in the world won't be able to fix this.
no.
And that's why you should never trust men
Yeah.
because what are they good for?
I mean, very little.
I haven't found one thing. I'm just kidding. I I I I love men,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I just don't
Okay,
like them.
Rihanna, come on the pod.
Please.
We have a lot of questions for you.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Finally on the pop culture pop up, the Grammys are this weekend. By the time this airs, the Grammys will have already aired. Let me tell you who is performing.
Yeah.
Do you know who Benson Boone is?
I do.
What do you know about Benson Boone?
I like him. I listened to his album.
Oh, okay. Billie Eilish. You know I love my girl Billie Eilish.
Hmm.
Brad Paisley. Mm,
That's a
pass.
man.
That's a hard pass. Brittany Howard. Did you know that Alabama Shakes is coming back?
No.
You know I love Alabama Shakes.
You do.
I
You sure do.
love Alabama Shakes, and they're making new music, and they've been performing. They're going to start doing festivals. I just want you
Mm.
to know that I am incredibly excited.
I am
Incredibly
excited for
excited.
you. I know that you're a huge fan.
I've seen them every time they've gone on tour. From the first time I
Oh,
saw them in
wow.
2012, and I've seen them live 5 times. I
Wow.
just want everybody to know. Chapel Roan, Charlie XCX, Chris Martin, Cynthia Erivo, Joe Dochi, Herbie Hancock, Jacob Coulier, Janelle Monáe, John Legend, Lainey Wilson, Ray, Sabrina Carpenter, Shakira, Saint Vincent, Stevie Wonder, and Teddy Swims. Now, some of these I'm going to assume are probably part of like tribute performances and whatnot, but that's exciting.
That is very exciting.
I do have a question for you, Julie.
Tell me.
I'm going to list off the nominees for album of the year, and I want
Okay.
you know what is the worst thing about the internet nowadays? The amount of fucking
Okay.
ads on every fucking website. My God.
I agree.
And you know what is so crazy?
Tell me.
These newspapers, these news organizations want you to pay to be able to read their articles, which is insane, first of all. And then
Yeah.
second of all, you pay and then you still have to go through fucking ads.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Ugh. Okay. Nominated for Album of the Year, Andre 3000 with New Blue Sun, Beyonce, Cowboy Carter, Sabrina Carpenter, Short and Sweet, Charlie XCX, Brat, Jacob Coulier,
Cowboy Carter.
hold on, Jesse Volume 4, Billie Eilish, Hit Me Hard and Soft,
Cowboy
Chappell
Carter.
Roan, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess, and
Cowboy
Taylor
Carter.
Swift, The
Cowboy Carter.
Tortured Poets Department. Okay, is Cowboy
Cowboy
Carter
Carter.
who you want to win or who you think will win?
I don't think it'll win.
Okay.
I don't know who Beyonce pissed off at the Grammys, but it's not gonna win.
Okay.
Who I think it'll I think there's a very big chance Chapel will win.
Okay, interesting.
Because she really took over 2024.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, if Taylor Swift is up on that stage,
Don't don't
not even for this one, if Taylor Swift is up on that stage in the year of 2024 music at all, I will personally find one of her houses and I will protest outside of it.
I wasn't sure what you were gonna say.
I will protest. I will protest outside of it. I will say, you didn't deserve it. Give back the Grammys
Yeah.
to Beyonce.
I don't want to see Taylor win one award.
I don't even want her standing during a performance, but we can't help that. That's going to happen whether we want to see it or not. I do not think Taylor Swift deserves not a one award for music that came out in 2024.
Yeah.
She's up against Cowboy Carter, Billie Eilish, Chappell Roan. Sit down, girl. Actually, stay home.
Yeah.
You're not gonna win. You shouldn't win. But if
Yeah.
that bitch wins, if that bitch wins, we're gonna have problems.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I actually think Beyonce will win this year. That is what I'm putting on my ballot. I do think
Yeah.
Beyonce is going to win this year. Um, I I loved the Cowboy Carter album. I also really really love Billie Eilish's Hit Me Hard and Soft. I think Billie Eilish's Hit Me Hard and Soft is her pièce de résistance, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
It is, I think, from beginning to end, it is perfect. And
Interesting.
whatever her and Phineas do in that little bedroom of theirs, where they make their music, is so, oh,
It's
I don't know.
magic.
It's really special. I really, really
Yeah.
like it. Anyways, I think Beyonce's gonna win. I do think Chappell Roan has an upper hand on Sabrina Carpenter to win Best New Artist,
Yes.
though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I would love to see Doechii win Best New Artist.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens. Julie, if you were gonna go to the Grammys,
Mm-hmm.
who is one person that you would like really want to meet?
Beyonce.
Oh, Beyonce, Beyonce,
Beyonce. That's the only answer.
I have a feeling that after the Grammys, she'll announce whatever she was going to announce on the 14th.
Oh my God. I am hardcore. I hope Taylor and Beyonce have talked to each other and Taylor sits down. What if you're planning to announce something, Taylor, you better zip it.
Taylor needs to take a vacation.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Taylor needs a break. Remember when she went away for a minute? I feel like we need that again.
Tortured Poets I mean, she wrote us a line about what's his face? Why can I not think of that man's name?
Travis Kelce?
No.
What's the other name?
Oh my God. Not Jesse McCartney.
Jesse
Not Jesse
McCartney.
Metcalf. What is this man's name? Oh my God. I cannot believe that this is.
Joe Alwyn?
No. There's a line in that album about
Oh,
this. What is this motherfucker's name? Charlie Puth.
yeah.
I mean, just lazy. Lazy Taylor.
I had so much expectations for when she gave us aesthetics of this album. I said, "Oh, we're gonna get moody. We're gonna get it raw. We're gonna get it beautiful." And she gave us plain old piano ballads like she's given us for 500 albums.
You know, her music really isn't standing the test of time, to be honest with you. Like, where do you hear it?
Yeah.
You know, like, where's the
Well,
the
at a mall.
reverence? Huh? Well, sure, but like, where is where is the message? Where's the
Yeah.
important thing that you had to say?
I think she peaked in 1989,
Yeah.
and I
And
don't think
by
she's
the way,
done
let
anything better than that.
shake it off. I mean, what?
Okay, not that one. But I think her self-awareness was so quirky and hilarious during that album that she truly peaked with the song. Blank Space is one of the best. I think Blank Space, I'm going to say something crazy. You're going to hate it.
Okay.
I think Blank Space, you're going to hate it.
Okay.
I think Blank Space stands in terms of pop songs right next to, if a little bit lower, but right next to Toxic by Britney Spears.
Uh, okay.
I think Blank Space is a great, phenomenal, self-aware song that is quirky and hilarious, and she makes fun of herself. And I really, really, really fucking love that song. And that album, I think, was a great rollout. I think it did phenomenal things for her career, and she peaked.
Yeah. I agree. She did peak. I agree that Blank Space is a great song. I think it is a
Yeah,
great song. I don't think that it will hold up to Toxic. I really
agree
don't.
to disagree.
Agree to disagree. Shake my
Beautiful.
hand. There we go. Um, okay. May the odds be ever in everyone's favor at the Grammys.
Yes.
That's going to do it for the Pop Culture Pop Up. We'll be back next week with more pop culture. Chisme. Julie, do you have a Latinx spotlight for us?
I do have a Latinx spotlight. I'm gonna give you a little bit of whiplash with this one. Julie, you say one thing and then here you go. Okay, guys, two things can be true at once. Selena is not a talented actress. She's not even a talented singer. But there is empathy within her, and she is one of the only Latino artists currently speaking out about what is going on to our people. So I do think she deserves to be celebrated. I also think she deserves to get sat down by someone that loves her and be told, stop giving a fuck about what people say about you. You're a billionaire, bitch. I think she needs someone that loves her to sit her down and say, what the fuck are you taking shit back for, dumbass? If you felt it in your spirit and you feel so much empathy for people that you felt it necessary to post, why are you letting little dumbass bitches that could not afford the toilet paper you wipe your ass with? Why would you allow them to bully you into taking back your words, you dumbass? I appreciate that Selena Gomez spoke out. I think it's necessary in these trying times that if you are a voice of representation, because whether I personally feel like she is a Latina. I meant if I personally feel like she is representing us, but that's not the point. She is a Latina. Her work does represent Latinas somewhere, I'm sure. And so I don't know how to be nice to Selena Gomez. I'm trying so hard. But I do genuinely, okay, genuinely, I do think that it is wonderful that she spoke out. No, not a lot of people are speaking out. Not a lot of people in the entertainment industry are using their voices. If anything, we're finding out that a lot of Latinos voted for Trump. Okay, we're finding it out because they're telling us because they're not afraid anymore. They're not afraid to say that they're an idiot. They're just blatantly admitting to it. So I think that it's wonderful that Selena, with the platform that she has empathy. And I also wish that someone would sit her down and say, stop giving a fuck about what people say about you. It doesn't matter. You're a fucking billionaire, dumbass. If it's affecting you, close your phone and go spend your money. It doesn't have anything to do with you. How people react to things that you post or speak about has nothing to do with you. If you felt it in your heart and you felt the need to say something, that is all that matters. And if you know that you're not wrong, then what the fuck does whatever people say matter? And I wish she grew a backbone. You have gone through this so many times. You post something, you take it back because you get a little bit of backlash. Stand on business for once in your motherfucking life. But at the end of the day, she is my Latinx spotlight because I really do think like we do need people to speak up about it. We do need people to be loudly outraged by it. What's happening to our people and to a lot of undocumented. Latinos are not the only undocumented people that are in America, but we are the ones that they hate the most. And I do think that people need to be outraged loudly. I think what Selena Gomez did was right. It is heartbreaking. It is painful to see what's happening to our people. There are people in my community that have not left their house since they announced that ICE was going to be everywhere. My mom has gone to the store to buy chicken breasts for people because they do not want to go to the stores. It is terrifying out there. I am terrified for my mom. My mom is a resident. I am terrified for her. I think it is very scary times. I'm terrified for everyone in my family, everyone in my community. It's very scary. And someone spoke up, and I think we need more of that, not shame and anger towards them. It's good to have empathy. Even if you can't relate, it's good to look at something and say, that is really fucked up. What's happening is really fucked up. Yeah,
Period.
period.
Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
Time for some azúcar. My azúcar, I'll go first. My azúcar this week is, um, yes, you did hear just a couple of minutes ago, I said that Alabama Shakes is coming back. I just want to reiterate that Alabama Shakes, my favorite band, is coming back. Uh, Lead singer Brittany Howard. If you know Brittany Howard, she used to be in a band called Alabama Shakes. They have an album called Sound and Color. It is incredible. That is my Latinx. That is my azúcar. I've been listening to it so much. Their first album, Boys and Girls, also incredible. Um, if you've never listened to Alabama Shakes, I highly recommend. I would start with Boys and Girls and then move over to Sound and Color so you can hear the progression of their music. Um, but I'm very excited for what may come and what the future holds. And you better believe it. Jaime and I will be front row
Oh,
whenever they go on tour.
just you two.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
oh,
well,
oh. Okay.
I didn't.
No,
Well,
no, no, no.
Jaime and
No.
I have
We don't
gone to
need.
go. Jaime and I have gone to every Alabama Shake show together, so that's why I was saying that.
Mm.
Name one Alabama Shake song.
Is that the point?
Exactly. Exactly.
Is that the point of this conversation? I don't
It
think it
is
is.
because you were
No, I
getting
don't
mad
think
at
so.
me. Yeah.
My azúcar this week. My azúcar this week is an album that was recommended to me called Take Me Back to Eden by Sleep Token. And if you look this up, let me tell you something. You're going to be like, are you okay? The answer is yeah. But I listen to this, it's like metal, but it's like the lyrics are very good. They're very depressed, very dark, very heavy. Though the first two songs, love songs, it was a little bit of whiplash. I was like, what's going on here? I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a solid, cute little 12 songs, an hour and 3 minutes. That's nothing. Highly recommend. I listened to it and I thought, this is really gonna hit when that seasonal depression comes around. We're gonna have a blast with this. It's just a fun time, and I think it's really great to like deviate a little bit from your usual musical taste and like you discover things and artists that you never would have discovered otherwise.
I love that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
good. Thanks, Julie.
Thank you.
Sometimes we do crazy things for love. I'm just saying, like, sometimes
I thought it was weird that you didn't make a comment, but sure enough, you couldn't let it just go.
you think
And
I'm not going to make a comment.
and that's why I love you. And that's why I love you.
I hope everybody does go listen to that so you truly know. So you truly understand.
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
wow.
Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
Well, we've made it to the end of the episode. That's gonna do it for us. And yes, yes, yes. I'm so still kind of like combobulated from that comment that I made. Okay. Okay, yes, it's
Oh,
the end. Thank you,
yeah.
everyone. Make sure that you follow us on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram at Yumi and Chisme. Make sure you visit yumiandchisme.com. Make sure that you do all the fun things you could do with this podcast on the internet, rate, review, subscribe, and most importantly, share. Sharing is caring. And if everyone who listens to this shares this with one other person, just one other person, I mean, rainbows and daisies will pop up throughout the entire world. Just FYI.
Wow. The power.
FYI. Um, and if you do all of that, we'll be back next week with more Chisme. But until then, make sure you have lots of love, lots of peace, and most importantly, lots of Chisme in your life. Bye.
Bye.